Erica, I don't know if I just turned my mic off or on. Now is it on? Hallelujah. Well, that was a rousing way to begin our morning and say, welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome to First Unitarian Universalist Church of Rochester. We strive to be a courageous congregation of compassion and justice, rooted in many sources of wisdom and many spiritual paths. Your faith, your doubts, believers in God, mystery, nature, or love, queer and trans folks, immigrants and refugees, all of who we are. All of who we are is welcome here. And we hold everyone held in this space as sacred. Before, during, or after the service, visit the small altars up front to light a candle of joy or sorrow or write a prayer to be collected after the service. There are coloring sheets as well along the sides and activity bags for kids in the entry hallways. Yes, go get it. And after the service, join us down in the commons for refreshments and conversation. Each week, our offering goes out the doors to justice work, and November's partner is Family Promise. And you can find out more about it in your order of service. You can give as the plates pass you by or online. And in the lobby today, we continue to collect items for our neighbors with lack of food resources from federal funding. You can visit the table to donate or learn more and reach out to me if you or someone you know is in need of support. There is a ministerial fund that is designated for this very kind of time that we are living through, so please let us know. See your order of service to RSVP for next weekend's celebration to honor our spiritual home on Walden Lane as we prepare to move into the temporary space while building our new church. There's a pilgrimage, 2 options for a presentation with coffee and cookies, special speakers and photos, and you can RSVP to save a space for all the events and buy a ticket for the Saturday evening concert with a special guest guitarist. I'm going to be down all weekend, and I cannot wait to have this time to learn about the history of this place in a more depthful way, as well as celebrate all that you have been and then attend a concert. It sounds like a wonderful weekend. And today at 12:30 will be a building forum with updated designs for our new phased building, our real estate timeline, and more. So join us today at 12:30 after the Tupper Suppers on Wednesday evening. We, and especially me, I'm so grateful for Connie Schulke and her offerings on the organ today. She is our musician emerita, and it is a great gift that she gives us this morning, celebrating our organ, and it is so well played. So thank you, Connie. So let us all just take a deep breath and arrive in this place. As we enter this time of worship, let us remember the words of our minister in the 1870s, the Reverend Eliza Tupper Wilkes. May our faith in humanity and our message of hope and good cheer light our way. The hymn will call us back, but before that, I invite you to rise in body or spirit and greet those around you.
We call forth the life of our faith by lighting our chalice. This spark of new beginnings invites us into a sacred space to reflect where we have been and where we are going. This morning, I reflect on the chalice itself in appreciation for how many times it has been lit in this space and will soon be traveling with us to create a new sacred space. And now the ushers will receive the offering.
If the children would like to join me, I have an activity that I want to try and do together. And don't worry, adults, you can join in too. So who here has heard of someone named Mary Oliver? Yeah. So Mary Oliver is a poet who has inspired many of us. And she loved to notice the small things and was very intentional with what she wrote about. So like the way a leaf maybe moves in the wind, or the way water goes over a rock in a creek. Those are little things that Mary noticed. And she found joy in these moments and felt it could change her on the inside. So what I have today is a Mary Oliver Mad Libs. So since we're in this shared space, and it's something that we want to celebrate, I want you to be inspired by what is in the space. So I have my handy-dandy clipboard here with my Mary Oliver Mad Libs on it. And there's quite a few blank spaces, so I took some inspiration from some people earlier that I talked to, things about what they think of in the space. So But I have a few that I want to kind of write here now. So if I say, look around, and what's a color or an object in this room? Kids, what are some things? Adults, what do you see? A color or an object in this room? Burgundy. What were you going to say, Jerry? You see what? The color blue? Go ahead. Red? So there's lots of different colors. So let's go, oh, one more. Go ahead, Henry.
The color blue.
The color blue? Okay, well, that's 2 for blue. So we'll go with blue. And what is something that your ears hear when you're in here? What's a sound? Go ahead, just shout it out. Organ? Organ? We'll go with organ today since Connie played that. So give me a texture. Something that, a texture in this room. Soft. Soft. Hard. Hard. Okay, let's see. Well, we'll go with soft, because mostly, except those of you who are sitting on the blue chairs. Go ahead, Jerry. Rough. Lots of stuff. Okay, what is something you love about this space? Like, what is your favorite thing about this space? Piano? Grace? Flowers? Karen? People? Looks like a castle. It looks like a castle. So let's see. Let's go with that one for now. And then what is something magical about this space? Go ahead, Freya. The chalice. We're just going to go right with that one. Okay, 2 more. So let's go with, what is something surprising about this space? Theo? The piano? Lily? The things up, oh, the organ pipes? Yeah, Jerry? It's the First Unitarian Universalist Church. That's something surprising about it? Okay. Just to be clear, it isn't the first. It is probably the first in Rochester, though. So we'll go with that. So let's see. And one thing, what's something that makes you feel really comfortable in this space? It's hot. Grace? His nice, comfy, well, if you're sitting in the middle, yeah, definitely. And did we know that the blue chairs are for sale? Just so everybody knows that. Freya? That you're with other kids. Okay. Okay. So here's the poem that we wrote together. My eyes see blue. My ears hear an organ. My nose smells lilacs. My hands touch softness, and I feel calm. When I notice the tapestries, and I remember to say thank you for the piano, gratitude is like a chalice. It makes my heart feel joyful, even when I feel discombobulated. And I smile at Eliza Tupper Wilkes, because this space is full of noise, and noticing it is like finding new friends. So thank you for helping me write that today. We do have copies available if anybody wants to play this game at home. So while Connie plays the children's benediction, we will head downstairs. The lyrics can be found in the back inside cover of your hymnals. Thanks for playing.
A few weeks back, in October, I came face to face with America and stood eye to eye with my faith's convictions. You see, every fall, Patricia and I get my brother's large trailer and load it with oak firewood, then bring it home, empty the trailer, and stack the firewood. As I was working my way through the wood on the trailer, a young black kid approached me, and he said he wanted to help, even if I didn't pay him. He said they were going through the neighborhood raking leaves, trying to make money because his grandmother could not afford her medicine. Welcome, I thought, to the face of America. Apparently she needs blood thinners, not cheap, and was over in the sidelines along with her granddaughter and a friend. The grandmother did not look well to me. I must say I was a bit apprehensive, startled by the stranger offering to help for no money, and yet obviously hoping for some help. But I stopped myself for a moment to see if there were some spiritual guidelines for these situations. It's certainly easy enough to quote Jesus, who said, "Love your neighbor as yourself." But I could just as easily recall any number of Sundays in this space, listening to Luke talk about love and how much we depend on or need each other, as I like to put it. So I indicated to this young man how I wanted things done and where I wanted the wood dropped so Patricia could stack it. Meanwhile, as he and I were unloading the wood, we chatted a bit about how he attended Mayo High and the different sports he played and where he was from. When we were finished, I gave him some money, we shook hands, and I could see he was grateful. And you know, I was a little grateful myself because I now had time to do some other chores that needed to be done that day. So while I listened to so many Americans loudly proclaim how they put their faith in God, I took some of my faith and put it in another human being. And wouldn't that just be a great recipe to make America great again? And make no mistake, I'm no saint. But it doesn't take a saint. It only takes a moment. And as I struggle to put my faith in almost anything right now, I've become grateful to this church to help keep me calm and stay focused in this newly defined duck and cover America, knowing, of course, that we have each other. And as Lou Reed once put it in song, you need a busload of faith to get by.
What's the hymn number there? Can you tell me? 317? So I want to start out our prayerful life with entering the prayer with the song. It's number 317. And you're going to hear the organ play a bass note and then the melody to help us sing into our prayer. Okay? Thank you, Connie. We are not our own, earth forms us, human leaves on nature's growing vine, fruit of many generations, Breathe deep the breath of life. Feel below you the earth, above you the sky, and beyond you the stars, holding you in light, holding you in this moment, this aliveness. You yourself are made of earth and stars, and in this house you are named and known as sacred, as beloved. Let us enter a time of silence together, allowing our hearts to open, our minds to find some ease, our bodies to rest. Spirit of light and love, God and Gaia of many names. We lament. So much is wrong. So much grates against our understanding of what is right and good. We live in a time when getting clicks or likes is more important than truth. When families are being torn apart and people disappeared. When food and resources are used as political maneuvers. When loneliness is rampant among us and insecurity of every kind haunts our waking and our sleeping. Some of us feel these wrongs in the everyday of our lives, trying to figure out how to feed our kids or how to navigate our mental hardships or diagnoses of illnesses, seen and unseen. Some of us have much more ease in these troubled times. We have the privilege of resources and networks of support. Still, all of us might ask, when so much is wrong, what is there to be grateful for? And yet, even as these words pass our lips, we know the question is somehow misleading, somehow wrong-headed. For even in our sorrow, we feel our lives, the very breath we breathe as a gift. We are cradled in holiness we cannot comprehend, says Reverend Kathleen McTeague. Into this home we bring the courage to walk on after hard losses. Into this home we bring our joy and gratitude for ordinary blessings. And today, oh God, we recognize that gratitude is a decision we make. A posture we take as we move in the world both broken and beautiful. For there is something in our very nature that is built for appreciation and thanks. And so we take this time to name those in our lives who are struggling, those who are celebrating, those who are here, and those far away, giving thanks for these people in our lives and praying for their well-being. Let us speak their names. With gratitude as our soft front and courage as our strong back, we take this moment to bless our lives. By our gathering, we bless this place. In its shelter, we know ourselves blessed. May it be so, and amen.
Gratitude by Mark Nepo. Gratitude releases power because, like a flower opening, giving thanks brings us into the light. And as a fish rides the current of a stream, we, through our gratitude, ride the current of life. While curiosity makes us aware of the animating thresholds of life, gratitude gives us the quiet courage to cross those thresholds and enter life. After years of practicing gratitude, I've come to see that alignment reveals miracle. That is, when we can align who we are with what we do, when we can say what we mean and what we say, and mean what we say, when we can allow our heart to be touched by all that is unknown, we become integral and congruent. And this alignment of our heart and soul, as we step into the world, reveals the miraculous that breathes under everything. That is why, when out of breath on a winter walk, the creak of those ancient pines moves us more than usual. That is why, when falling down from pain or joy, the view from our knees reveals the curve of the earth that we had taken for granted. That is why, I suppose, that 70,000 years ago, a prehistoric one, grateful for the life of its early form of dog, draped a necklace of elk teeth around his dead companion's neck before burying him. And hard as it is to accept, grief always leads us, eventually, to gratitude. In seeking alignment, in seeking wholeness when partial, in seeking safety when afraid, and in seeking comfort of light when spinning in the dark, our efforts bring us close to the miraculous.
Have you ever had this experience? Someone has done something for you or given you something, and you are so overwhelmed with the thoughtfulness or the sacrifice or the meaning that the words "thank you" hardly suffice. You may say thank you, and the other person may respond, "You're welcome," or "No, thank you." But what you are feeling or what is being exchanged is so much greater than those two words, "thank you." This is happening for me quite a bit lately, especially at the prison where I serve as a volunteer chaplain for men grappling with grief and loss. Part of the program I run at the prison entails meeting one-on-one with the participants. I listen with the ear of my heart as they recount all manner of tragedies, frustrations with past iterations of themselves, bullheaded, lonely, rageful, all kinds of regrets. Losses so great and traumas so numerous that I have sat wondering to myself, how are you alive? Throughout our time together, I try to gather threads from the stories I'm hearing and reflect back something that is uniquely good, something that is grace-filled, something I truly appreciate, the divine spark, a flame in their story. And in the final minutes of our time together, there is usually an exchange of gratitude. We look at each other as openly and directly as we dare, grasp each other's hands in the admissible handshake, and say, "Thank you. Thank you." But it is so much bigger than that. It occurred to me that we are using the phrase "thank you" as a gateway. It is an opening, a space we are making for our swelling hearts. What we are actually saying is, "I see you. I recognize you. I recognize the divine spark still burning like an ember in all the scars you carry and all the wounds you have caused." And that man is saying the same thing to me. "I see you in all your imperfections, all the scars you carry, the wounds you have caused, and you're here." We are truly meeting each other. The myriad of ways in which we all profile each other. We all make assumptions about one another, objectifying the other. That all falls away. And we encounter the holy in the other, the miraculous breathing in everything, as Mark Nepo says. The great Jewish philosopher Martin Buber calls this the I-thou relationship, the I-thou encounter. It is a world of relation, and it is powerful. It is I, whole and holy, confronted or met by thou, another whole and holy being. It could be a partner, a prisoner, a prairie. Sometimes we hear the word confront with a negative connotation, but Buber uses the word in the positive. Each being or entity, the I and thou, allow assumptions to fall away. We are moving in the present tense with the other. Each whole and holy being is confronted by another whole and holy being, me and you, him and I, the tree that stands bare in my front yard, or the kid that comes up to you out of nowhere and asks if he can help. The I-thou meeting may feel good, or it may be disquieting, but a gateway into this big-hearted meeting is often gratitude. You can discern a real meeting because the I-thou relation transforms both the I and the thou. This is the spiritual foundation of friendship, of a healthy community, of a healthy marriage and family, and it is what we are called to practice as a religious body, to meet the thou in all manner of things and the miraculous that breathes under everything. Sadly, our modern day hurry up and never let down life is not characterized by the I-thou relation. The majority of our lives are spent on another kind of interaction altogether, and it is what ails us. Buber calls it the I-it experience. This is how we move in life for the most part, making everything and everyone an it. It is something or someone we characterize, we profile, we demean, something or someone we make an object that we can experience, that we can use. The problem is this: it's not relation. It is not a true meeting. It does not mutually transform. The whole and holy go unnoticed. This is what feels so painful for me about the times we are living in right now. We are intensifying and intentionally itifying just about everything. The immigrant roofer who has disappeared into a cage. The relative who voted differently than we did. The prairie acreage that is designated for the next colossal data center so that we can use our phones. The pundits, the podcasters, and politicians who edify each other in order to garner clicks and likes. The adolescent boy gobbling up an AI-generated girlfriend in their basement because they have no idea how to encounter a thou. All real living is meeting. All real living is meeting. That is what Buber says. This is what we are craving, right? We want to truly live. In a recent Substack article by Dr. Daniel Stickler, a former surgeon and now a philosopher and systems-based pioneer in medicine, writes this: when you feel genuine love, appreciation, or compassion, whether for your partner, child, your dog, or even a breathtaking sunset, your heart doesn't just metaphorically swell. It produces oxytocin. So just as an aside, oxytocin is that hormone that influences everything from social bonding, trust, lactation, stress resilience, to immune function. So he continues, oxytocin generates coherent electromagnetic rhythms that can be detected 3 feet beyond your body. It sends specific neural signals to your brain that enhance cognitive function, reduce anxiety, and literally rewire your neural circuitry for resilience. Love isn't happening to you, he writes. Your heart is orchestrating it through you. This isn't poetry. This is peer-reviewed neurocardiology research, reveals what ancient wisdom traditions have known for a millennia. Your heart is an intelligent organ that thinks, feels, remembers, and communicates in a language that transcends rational thought, end quote. What I know for sure is that love and gratitude are entangled in profound and generative ways. Love and gratitude not only create our own well-being, they create well-being around us. We broadcast well-being. We radiate electromagnetic rhythms of love and appreciation 3 feet beyond our bodies, forming communities of well-being. I often characterize God as a self-expending, other-affirming, community-forming power that is in all things, beyond all things, and among all things, always inviting us into the next best thing. As I read this beautiful article by Stickler, I couldn't help but think that this is the divine in us. This is God in us, beyond us. Our heart, this organ floating inside our rib cage, which orchestrates love through us, is participating in self-expending, other-affirming, community-forming enterprises over and over and over again. That cascade of oxytocin, coherent heart rhythms, neural signals sent to our brain, the resulting clarity and emotional stability, building the capacity to feel more love and positive emotions, is what we are physiologically, spiritually, and divinely built for. We create environments conducive to real living, meeting the thou in everything. Science is catching up with the wisdom teachers throughout the centuries. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love even your enemies, says Jesus. Practice loving kindness, teaches Buddha. Through the thou, a person becomes I, says Buber. Or as the Dalai Lama states, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Stickler suggests a 60-second exercise to create this cascade of well-being, and I'd love for us to try it this morning, if you're willing to just give it a try. So in order to do this exercise, I ask you to put down whatever you're holding for the moment, and just place both your feet on the floor. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or just soften your gaze by looking at the floor or looking at the chair in front of you. And take a moment to just focus on your heart, in the center of your chest. Focus there. Focus on your heart. Breathe slowly and deeply. 5 seconds inhale and 5 seconds exhale. And actually count to 5 as you breathe in and as you breathe out, so you can feel the rhythm of what it is to take in a slow, measured breath. Now, imagine your breath flowing in and out through your heart. Imagine your breath is flowing through your heart, and if your mind wanders, just gently refocus on breathing through your heart. And we'll do this for 30 seconds. And now, while maintaining this heart-focused breathing, recall a moment of genuine appreciation, genuine gratitude or love. It could be your child's smile, your dog's greeting you when you come home, a sunset that took your breath away, a moment of deep connection with your partner, or the feeling of being held by someone who loves you unconditionally. Feel it as vividly as you possibly can. Feel it in your chest. And we will hold that feeling of gratitude for 30 seconds. As you are ready, return from that inner focus into this gathering of faithful people. Take a moment to check in with yourself. What do you sense in your body? How does your body feel? Has the your inner energy shifted in some way? What about the people sitting next to you? What do you sense in this room? The giving of thanks, the appreciation of goodness, even in hard places, in hard times, to slather praise like butter, and to receive thanks like bread, savoring every morsel, to meet thou in all manner of things and beings. This is your gateway. This is your gateway. Enter in and meet your life. Amen. Please stand for our final hymn. Life is the greatest gift of all, number 331. Go out today, my friends, and find yourself appreciating something. Your loved one, a friend, a prairie, the bare trees, the leaves that you can kick through, whatever it is, find gratitude and let that gratitude be the gateway into an open heart and big living. May it be so, and amen.